mia cucina. In Italian means my kitchen. And boy, do I have an amazing, delicious meal to show you. And it's all going to be with a cast iron skillet. Pero la prima cosa, but the first thing that we need to put on is the fadale. And I have chosen today the butterfly fadale with all its beautiful colors that represents us. We are all beautiful colors, and God loves us no matter what color we are, religion we are, no matter what we are loved beyond. So let me put on my fadale because I'm so excited about bringing you this dish. So pretty much it's my husband's favorite dish. It is a wonderful steak that I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you how to make this amazing, delicious semi-gloss blueberries and wine sauce and peppercorns, yes. And then the vegetables. So the first thing that I want to do is to bring your attention to the ingredients. I have some little baby potatoes here. Look at chiquitito there. Chiquitito in Spanish means there's more. Chiquitito. Everybody, chiquitito. Whoops, that ran out. And guess who's got that? My dog. Oh, well, he loves potatoes. He's only allowed one of those, but sweet potatoes are good for dogs. So I have some potatoes over here. One just decided to take off. You know how this kitchen is. Everything flies. I have 5 cloves of garlic right over here. I do have a shallot that's already been cut up. I have some Brussels sprouts. I'm going to be utilizing 1 or 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm also going to be utilizing some salt, some pepper. I'm also going to be utilizing some thyme after time, and some oregano. Because remember, everything that I do is to optimize us, for us to be able to keep our body in alkaline and anti-inflammatory, so it helps your body. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get my pan started. So I'm going to turn it on. Well, let me turn it on. And I'm going to have it on medium to medium high. In the meantime, I'm going to bring my potatoes over here. And what I'm going to do, they're just very chiquitito little potatoes. Everybody, chiquitito, small little potatoes. Hi, everybody. Hello, Cola. Hello, everybody. Blessings. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm just going to cut them in 3s. Just in 3, guys. And so these guys already have been washed. And everything I am utilizing is organic. And again, this is all going to be in one pot dish, guys, and you could do this dish in hopefully in a half an hour. So if you get yourself organized, I always talk about the importance of getting ourselves organized. Because when we get ourselves organized, things move quickly, and then it cooks in less time. Because, you know, and I know what it's like. I used to be a single mom, and even when I was, when I was not a single mom, I worked 40 to 45 hours a week, and then I would come home and I would have to make dinner and then help my daughter do her homework. It was a lot of work and it was exhausting. So I have my potatoes right here. So let me get my olive oil going. So I always tell you, don't add a lot of olive oil because you cannot take it out. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of beautiful extra virgin olive oil. 1 and 2, and I think I'm going to use 3 tablespoons, and I'm just using, guys, a regular tablespoon. Okay, super easy transaction. We are done with that. I got my potatoes rocking and rolling. I am using Brussels sprouts because my Brussels sprouts are going bad, and I don't like to throw anything away. So when you have a Brussels sprouts that is not looking good, guys, look at it like this one. See that? Why would I throw a perfectly good Brussels sprouts? We are so, there's people that are starving in other places in the country, and I know we talk about that stuff, yes. And the thing is, they would love to have a Brussels sprouts, or maybe not, but, we need to really not throw away food and just cut the blemishes away, because the food is still good. And what I want to do is I want to slice these guys, because what I want to do now is add my potatoes in there. My potatoes go in here. Now, it's just my husband and I am not going to utilize a lot of potatoes. And we eat beef maybe once or twice a month. And this is the time. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more here because I want this to start crisping up. In the meantime, I'm still going to work on my Brussels sprouts. Like I said, guys, you don't have to throw away. You just kind of remove the blemishes. And you know, and the thing about Brussels sprouts, you know, they are rich in antioxidants. Not only are they rich in antioxidants, they protect against cancer. And there's, you know, I have family members that are dealing with that right now. And it's all about us taking care of ourselves. And I'm telling you, this meal is going to really, you know, give that to you. It's so, and it's wonderful. So now I'm just going to drop the Brussels sprouts in there as I am cutting them. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm removing this piece right here, okay? And then I cut them in half, all right? So then I cut these little guys in half, and then I'm going to slice these. And then in the meantime, I have my oven at 250 degrees, and I have put 2 plates, just 2 plates. So when I remove this and I put it into something else, it'll keep everything warm. All right, so now I'm going to continue to add my wonderful Brussels sprouts. Some of them look good, you know, and some of them, you know, they don't look so good, and that's okay. You know, we don't have to throw it away because it's still good. And Brussels sprouts and potatoes, they love each other. And we haven't done anything yet, guys. And you know, I used to not like Brussels sprouts, and I think it was because the smell, but I did not know how to cook them. And that's what it was. I did not know how to cook them. And I wanted so much to, you know, to make them taste good. And Brussels sprouts, you know, you have to take care of them, like you have to take care of you. And you have to give them those little spices, you know, and you have to add some deliciousness to it. And trust me, you will have it all on here. So now that I have this beautifulness over here, I am going to go ahead and add my shallots. Isn't that cute? So my shallots are all in here now. So now what I want to do is I want to bring your attention to time after time. And I'm just going to put a good heaping here, like a good heaping tablespoon. If you don't like thyme, you may want to use less. But remember, herbs gives you a lot of punch, and you don't have to use a lot of salt, guys. And especially, you know, if you suffer from high blood pressure. I got my husband off medication because I completely cut off salt. But I still use some, but not a lot. So I have a nice teaspoon now of oregano. Oregano. All right, so now I see what's going on over here. I come over here and I put a little pinch of salt. A little pinch of salt right there. Easy transaction. Anybody can do that. Now a little bit of black pepper. A teaspoon of each, perhaps. And I'm just going to saute these guys now. Because what we're going to do is we're going to start making these, and then as we are preparing everything else, it's just a one pot, so you don't have to keep using all different pots. I try to make it very simple and easy for you guys. All right, now in the meantime, since my Brussels sprouts and my potatoes are getting beautiful color, and hopefully I'm not going to lose this guy. Look how beautiful that is. You see that beautiful color? And that's what we're looking for. All right, so now what I want to do is I can see that it needs a little bit more of olive oil. So now I'm going to come over here, and I am going to add another tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. I'm just playing it. I don't want this to be super oily, guys, okay? All right, so now I'm going to flip my board over, and I want to bring my beef, so I want to show you what I'm going to do with it. My beef, anytime you're going to cook steak, make sure that you take your steak out of the refrigerator, guys, and let it sit at room temperature for a half an hour. And I'm going to show you how amazing the steaks are going to be. Look how beautiful they are. They are organically raised, no antibiotics of any kind. So now what I want to do is I want to bring, as I have my steaks over here, I also have over here Montreal seasoning. I want to bring my garlic now, and hopefully my garlic is not going to fly out of its way here. And it's time for for me to put on the garlic. And what I want to do is I want to slice my garlic. Slice my garlic, guys, okay? Slice my garlic. And I'm telling you, this dish is easy. And wait till I show you how easy the semi-gloss is going to be. I mean, I don't know if I call it a gloss. One day I had wine and one day I had blueberries, and I thought, why not blueberries and wine marry each other? And since I'm a minister, I said, Blueberry, do you take wine to be your lawful wedded, whatever? I even married the ducks behind my house, and now we have babies. They were looking at me like, what? We gotta have fun, guys. You know, stress kills. Stress kills, you know. You are responsible for your own health. And for you to stress, it doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good to stress. I like my garlic nice and crunchy, and I like it nice because it's full of antioxidants, and I want that. All right, this is almost done. See how fast and easy it is. All right, so now what I want to do is, let me get, whoa, it's a little hot. I'm gonna get just get yourself a glass bowl or anything that you can stick in the oven while this stays nice and warm, because we're gonna be continuously to work with the same wonderful thing. I'm telling you, it doesn't take a lot. Guys, my potatoes are already done. Look at that, oh my gosh. Because when you cut the potatoes and you cut them in small, it makes it a lot easier, guys, for you guys to, okay, to cook. And then that way you don't have to stand there. It took me a lot of years to figure that out, okay? At 63 years old, I finally got it. Okay, so the potatoes are almost all done. Look at that, it's beautiful, oh my goodness. Nice and crunchy. I'm not worried about my pan. Now what I'm gonna do with this, I have my oven on at 250, so it'll keep everything warm. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my steak dish out, and also I'm gonna bring my other dish out because I'm gonna be eating them. And let me tell you, this will keep your food warm by keeping them in the oven. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, like so. All right, so now, coming back to this wonderful vehicle over here, the cast iron skillet with a paper towel. I know it's daunting, and thank goodness nobody has gotten burned yet and nobody's gotten hurt. Because the next thing that I want to do is that I want to get my steaks. So as you can see, I have really cleaned my pan. My pan is very lovely and clean. You see that? Super easy, guys, super easy. Now what I want to do is I want to bring a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just going to swizzle it. I'm just going to swisher, swisher, swisher. Be careful because the cast iron skillet is hot. Now I want to bring my steaks. I'm going to bring my steaks right over here. I'm going to get the paper towel to clean my hands, and I'm going to come over here and generously put some wonderful Montreal seasoning. Montreal seasoning. And it's nice and easy. Everybody has that, and it makes the steaks delicious. So now that I have them very, very well seasoned, I am just going to put down my steaks down like so. All right, so and then I have a little piece for little Reggie. You know, he's a dog. You know, he's got to have a song. So now I am done with this. Let me clear the decks. Let me rinse my hands. And then what I want to do is I want to bring your attention to what we are going to be using for the glaze. I'm going to bring this over here so I can show you what we are going to be utilizing. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to plate it. All right, so what I have here is I have thyme and rosemary. I have some Cabernet Sauvignon wine. I have a cup of blueberries. I have 1 shallot. I have a teaspoon of salt. Let's see. I have some black peppercorns. And what I want to do is, with the black peppercorns, is that I want to take a washcloth, guys, a washcloth. Let me remove this, we're done with that. Okay, I'm gonna take a washcloth and I'm gonna put the peppercorns into the washcloth, and then I'm just going to crush them because we are going to need crushed peppercorns, and you just got to use your muscle. We're also going to be utilizing 2 tablespoons of butter. All right, in the meantime, I'm not touching my meat. My meat is doing good. We like our meat medium rare. If you don't like your steak medium rare, you may want to cook it a little longer. Okay, now, so since we're going to be using, and then what I have also is I have some extra blueberries because, you know, I like to make my plate look pretty. All right, so now, and this is going to go quickly. So right now I'm just concentrating on my beautiful steaks. And I have my plate. Oops. Let me get my plate. Let me grab something because this plate is hot. My plate is hot that I took out of the oven. So I'm going to turn the steaks over. You know, steaks take 2 to 3 minutes. You know, in some countries, they like their steaks to be very, 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 very cooked. So now what I do here is after I did that, I crunched the peppercorns. So that way, peppercorns don't go everywhere. And what I have found that when you put it in a washcloth, they don't go everywhere. And you can smush them and mash them. Okay, so we're done with that. So now that I have my plate, I also have my other plate that I will be doing all of my wonderful decorations with. So now I'm looking at my steak. I'm going to come over here. Oh, yeah. And I got a good sear on my steak, guys. A good sear on my steak. And this is what you're looking at. You're looking at a very good sear on your steak. And that's because when you have a very well seasoned cast iron skillet, nothing sticks. And the best way to clean a cast iron skillet when it's hot is to get a cup of hot water in your microwave, and then while this is still hot, when you're all done cooking, you pour it in your cast iron skillet, it loosens everything out, and then you use your paper towels and you clean that. So what I really want now is I really want the yumminess to go on in my pan. In the meantime, I got everything ready to rock and roll. I already got my shallots, I got my blueberries, and then what I want to do now is I am going to bring back my board, because what I want to do while my steak is cooking is I want to take, and what I am, excuse me, ooh, the smoke. What I am really looking for, guys, is I am looking for a good 2 to 3 tablespoons of thyme. Time after time. And this is fresh thyme. If I grow my own thyme, if you guys don't have fresh thyme, you may use, excuse me, dry. It's the smoke is getting in my eyes. Oh, the steak is almost there. It's almost there. It looks beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's beautiful. And wait till I show you how this is going to be finished. So now I have a good tablespoon of thyme over here. All right. So as this is cooking, you know, we are still moving. All right. Then I'm going to get the other thyme over here. Time after time. I got to sing, guys. I got to sing. And now what I want to bring your attention is to rosemary. So rosemary, I want it, like I said, I want to get a good 2 tablespoons of the thyme and good 2 tablespoons of rosemary. And what I want to do is I want to chop these guys very, very fine as my steak is cooking. My steak is almost done. Oh, and it smells wonderful. And I'm going to be utilizing all those bits that are in there. It's going to give us that deliciousness of the steak. I wish we had smell-o-vision because, oh, the smoke is getting to me. I'm telling you, it is amazing the smells in this kitchen. And wait till you have this amazing sauce that I'm going to show you guys. It is delicious, but make sure that you chop very, very well, okay, your herbs, because we do not want to be chomping on. So you should have a good, you know, a good, if I would, you know, to measure, I'm not going to measure because I don't like to measure, but you should have enough that will give you, so a good 2 tablespoons of thyme, fresh thyme, and 2 tablespoons of rosemary. Simple as that. All right, so now my steak is done. So I'm gonna take my plate. Ooh, that plate is hot. I'm gonna take this plate because I want everything to be hot when I serve it. So now I'm gonna take my steaks, because you know, steaks, they have to, I'm gonna get my little bits for little Reggie, because you know, he's gotta have his too. We gotta take care of our dogs. And now what I want to do to this is I just want to come over here and I want to tent this, okay, tent that. All right, so now in the meantime that we have this deliciousness, what I want to do is I want to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm going to add my shallots. Make sure you get your 1 shallot in there. And what we want to do is we want to, oh, wow, look at, oh. I need to have another cell phone so you guys can see this. What I want is I want my onions to, you know, my shallots to be translucent. Translucent. Let me move everything out of the way. All right, so to this, I'm just going to add a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of salt, guys. Because remember, you know, we have the salt. The wine, you know, especially Cabernet Sauvignon, has a good punch. So now that these guys, oh, you guys have to make this. It is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and put my peppercorns in there. About a tablespoon of peppercorns, and I just crushed it. I just showed you how. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to bring my blueberries. Yes, my blueberries. This is going to be a high antioxidant, good for your health, and I'm going to add the wine. Davina, be careful. Oh, yeah. It is kind of early. Oh, well, it's almost lunchtime. You know, in some countries, what they do is they have wine at lunchtime, and then they go to take their siestas. They do that in South America. That's why everything shuts down. I'm telling you, everything shuts down, including American Airlines. Because when I was in South America, I went to American Airlines at 2 p.m. and everything was shut down. They were all having their siestas. They're open until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Go figure that one out. All right, so now what we need to do is we need this. And this is happening, it is just doing its thing. It is coming, and I want to turn this up now. I want to turn this up to higher. And now I'm going to add all of this deliciousness, all these herbs, all these wonderful herbs. You know, it's amazing. I find that God has such a great sense of humor when He created all these herbs and everything to work for our health. I mean, we have everything for our health. It's just we need to learn how to use it. You know, and in talking about Brussels sprouts, you know, Brussels sprouts may reduce inflammation. And it contains all kinds of wonderful omega fatty acids. They're high on vitamins K. They're just wonderful. So what I want to do is I just want this to rock and roll. And I want to turn this up higher. So while that is doing that, I am going to get my plate. All right, so now let me grab a different, because I want to bring your attention to this plate that I have here. Oopa, it's a little hot. All right, now my vegetables, let me grab my vegetables out of the oven that they've been keeping warm. Turn that off. Oh yeah. They look beautiful. All right, ooh, that's hot. Alrighty, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to plate this. So get yourself a platter like so. So, you know, if you're having company over and you want to impress, what I would do is I would just take my beautiful vegetables and I'm just going to place it on here like so. Oh, yes. Like so, because you know, as the steak needs to have its own entrance, I think, as well. But what I like to do is I really like, oh my goodness gracious, this looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and it smells wonderful in here. And as you're plating this, guys, it's almost done. We're almost finished. But I gotta show you the end result. And look. So far, ooh, my plate is hot. So far, we have that. And now what I want to do is I want to come into my beautiful steak. Oh, mamma mia! And I'm just gonna bring my beautiful steak. Let me bring this guy. I'm gonna bring this guy like so. I'm just gonna lay him so like that. And then I'm just going to add some blueberries. So, you know, we know that, you know, there's blueberries. We know that there's blueberries in this dish. You know, it's just, you know, nothing fancy. It's just like so. All right, and now this wonderful glaze. And now it's time for me to taste because it's starting to become, oh, look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. And then what I want to do, oh, this is not sweet. You can taste the wine. And then what I want to do with this now is I'm going to bring a fork and I want to start smashing the blueberries. Start mashing the blueberries. Some I'm going to leave whole, some I'm just going to mash. They are releasing their juices. They're marrying the wine. They're marrying the wine. Oh, mamma mia. I'm going to take another taste because when you mash them, it gives a different taste profile. Oh, it's done. It's done. All right, now I'm going to take another spoon and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come over here, right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put this deliciousness right over my steak, like so. And then I want to come over here and I want to add some, you can take some wonderful thyme, you know, dry thyme, and just kind of put it like so, like on top. And there you go, guys. Let me show this beautiful dish to you. This marvelous, beautiful dish. Steak with this beautiful, wonderful glaze and these wonderful, delicious vegetables. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. My name is Elena Jones. I want to thank my wonderful sponsors, Cola Harris with FARMASI, for keeping my skin beautiful and my makeup and not beautiful. And my wonderful friend Dario Rodriguez with Life and Food Superstores in Ellenton. Guys, this is for you. Enjoy. You deserve this. Enjoy. Grazie for joining me today, guys. A mia cucina. Be kind, be loving. I love every single one of you. Ciao, ciao, belly. Ciao, ciao.